Grab some water. I'll be right back.
Sure.
All right, I'm here. I've got.
Yeah, I just I just realized my replay is not working because I was using my laptop, so I need to copy paste the maps into the folder with the name download.
Seems like it's working for me. Okay.
Great. This means that you basically have it in both folders, which is nice. So, but yeah, I need to tinker a little bit.
Oh right, you remember you told me about this bug where you need to have the map saved in the same folder as whatever the original replay. Yeah. The person that made the replay had the map saved.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Blizzard thing. I believe it's the same issue even if it's a like vanilla map. So it has nothing to do with the mod, but it only takes
very funny bug altogether, though, I must say.
Yeah, it's lazy to if you join a lobby, it's not lazy. The game is not lazy. It will search for the the corresponding file. But if you try to load the replay, all of a sudden it's like, nah, I'm lazy. Please specify a name. It's like a tedious bureaucrat or something.
Yes, exactly.
On the technicality, they disqualify you from being eligible to watch the desired replay.
You know, that's my bread and butter at work. Is trying
to to be honest,
push back against tedious bureaucrats.
Yeah, no, but like I respect the work of lawyers so much, but since Russia isn't exactly a rights-based state, I felt bad opting for this career for myself. So
yeah, I can. You must have to have some proper connections, I think, in order to be an effective lawyer in certain communities.
Yeah, let's put it that way. But all right, so my stream is fired up. I believe
it's a polite way to put it, for sure.
Resume. Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. So we see Inspired with Empire and Frostbitten with Lizards. Oh, every time, man, I swear. Inspired with Lizardmen and Frostbitten with Empire. This time, instead of going Bretonia, his usual.
Yeah, we have taken the liberty of skipping the what I like to call Conceders final. So Inspired versus RazerMoon was a little bit one-sided. No offense to RazerMoon, but I think he has overshot his performance by qualifying for the winner bracket final. So Inspired left him no chances. I don't think that game was tremendously interesting. So we go straight to the grand finals. It's a best of 5, however, Frostbitten being the winner bracket winner, he is awarded a 1-map advantage. So the score is...
Okay, 1-3-1, I mean.
Yep.
1-0.
Yep. The score is 1-0 for Frostbitten, although this is the first game they're playing. And so Inspired was practicing that day. I remember it was very funny. He even he PM'd me and I said, okay, I'm gonna train you, like to get him into practice. But then Shake came up and generously agreed to spar with Inspired on that very date. So
very good.
Like some nice piece of camaraderie because they were all very scared of Frostbitten, who has not yet dropped a single map, and we shall see if it changes.
Yeah, Inspired has he beat Frostbitten pretty handily, I'd say, in the most recent Fast Cup. So it's not like he it's not like it's he's impossible to beat, right? Inspired plays quite well against Frostbitten in the past, so we'll see what tricks he has up his sleeve in this match.
Yeah, but Frostbitten is crazy well prepared, so he's picking a race, trying to surprise, I suppose, Inspired, because I don't think he played Empire on this tournament at all.
No, for sure. So not often playing Empire on the whole, I would say. I don't often see Frostbitten play Empire.
Yeah, but he's well versed with every race, I feel, or like.
He does know a lot of tricks. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
quite
I like.
skilled
He
with
has done.
Skaven, quite skilled, you know, a lot of different races.
Yeah, he has done his homework. I wish we had more people like him, but yeah, it's I can only be flattered by by such dedication, and it's really cool. So inspired with uh, serpents, going straight for the harass, and Grandmaster has crept one green creep camp and is ahead in levels a little bit, in experience that is.
Especially getting some kills on these jungle serpents. Gives him level 2.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's good. Inspired actually has been, I feel like, struggling against RazerMoon lately a little bit. So I'm sure he was quite happy to take the map back from him handily in this season 1 finale.
Yeah, RazerMoon has beat him in the season, the round robin of the season. So it was impressive performance by him, but that particular day, Inspired was very well prepared for his games versus Razer. As I said, it was actually Shake drilling him. So yeah,
It's a
it
good
went well.
coach to have. I guess, you know, Shake also a
Yeah.
very talented player.
Yeah,
Probably one of the better
Shake
people to
is the
practice
strongest.
against.
Yeah, he's actually, I think, the strongest of them all. Okay, second to Dice as far as ordinary Warcraft is concerned.
Yeah.
Like he can defeat Dice occasionally, but most
Dice
of
is
the time,
pretty good.
Yeah, Dice is crazy good.
Yes. I meant, yeah, that was definitely a hyperbole in the a negative hyperbole.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I would say Dice is easily the most renowned of all the players in our little community here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But Shake is crazy strong.
Shake
as
is
well.
also. I agree with your assessment that Shake and Dice are the two most renowned Warcraft 3 players. Vanilla.
Yeah,
With a slight edge going to Dice.
yeah. So 3-1 in levels so far. So this is what happens to me as well. I like to harass with King Warchief and with his serpents, but it's hard to get levels.
Gotta
But
get a lot
nice
of worker
harass.
kills.
Yeah, nice harass. Whereas Frostbitten is using the mechanic of the wood elven Empire archers to creep faster, and because they have
bonus
+5 damage
damage,
versus yeah. And very interesting build from the Grandmaster, which is one skill point in
Each
all
ability.
of 3 skills. Yeah. I think, to be honest, he should have gone Shockwave, because I know how annoying Shockwave is to play against with this strat. Also, Inspired is playing like the Lizard spec, as in the beasts.
Ah,
So he has
yes, I
more-
love this spec. This is actually my favorite of all of the lizard specs. But I'm not very good at playing it, I would say. I try to play other ones that I think are a bit easier to pull off.
Yeah. My personal favorite one is Quetzal, the one I have buffed recently.
Is that the Saurus one?
Yeah, I think it's the least playable, but this is my favorite, and I buffed it. The other 3 are also cool. So I know Inspired was the thinking between Tepok, because he loves free mana on tier 2, and this one, because basically Pterodons and lizards are so strong.
Yeah,
So
Pterodon.
right now he's trying to make good use of lizards, but Frostbitten has Dispel Scroll, which means that lizards
Those
no
lizards
longer
will
see-
disappear.
Yeah,
quite
they will
quickly.
just turn into experience of Frostbitten.
Well, maybe he can split them well, not let them dispel them all at once.
Yeah, exactly what Inspired has done. Only 2 have gone down, and a cool gimmick was to go into Windwalk and then TP. Actually, I think you can even. No, you can Windwalk while you're staffing, but if you do TP, you're disabled.
Yeah,
But
it makes you invulnerable. It removes all buffs and debuffs.
Yeah, like Windwalk and Berserk are the 2 spells where they don't interrupt any channeling abilities that you have. But channeling is one thing, and being completely disabled by TP Scroll is another. Because channelings you can cancel, and Dispel Scrolls you can't.
Very true.
Yeah, I know this mechanic because I use it a lot in like dummy spells. So if I need something else to happen via code, it's usually very convenient, very easy to code it with either Windwalk or Berserk.
Ah.
So an engagement.
We see the Saros just using his Saros and Pterodons to stun the archers, picking them off one by one.
Yeah.
Level 3, catching up in experience, certainly.
Yeah, Frostbitten wanted to resummon the knight to not feed XP, although he doesn't give too much XP, but was a little bit too late with it. So a good engagement on the middle from Inspired. We see Pterodons, which unfortunately still use the old model of vanilla Warcraft Coatls.
Yeah.
This is no longer the case as of July the 5th. I have an excellent model. I wish I could remember the name of the guy who made the model. I think he's from Azerbaijan, like an Azerbaijani modeler, not something you see every day.
Right.
Not the biggest country. But yeah, we're gonna have the very cool models, starting basically right now. We already have them, but not on this map.
I've seen some folks posting their suggestions into the Discord, and there's some of them definitely quite nice. Some really good work from a lot of different folks.
Yeah, that's entirely true. I wish I had those models a bit earlier because it's quite inconvenient to
update.
To update. I absolutely love updating if the models are
worth it.
Subpar. Yeah, because these Coatl, they don't look too good, to be honest. They kind of look not really lizard managed. They look a little bit too funky. I don't know with those. I have no idea how to call it. I'm not a zoologist. The thing on their heads, the fins. I think they have the underwater. Whatever the hell that is, it's like probably dorsal is the right word. It looks like it's a underwater aesthetic, and the tails have these weird fin things on them as well. So it's probably like again underwater aesthetic, and it doesn't fit here with the lizardmen. They're supposed to look like pterodactyls, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah,
and it's a little bit off. So I really dislike this model, but after 13 years. We are having a new model, but not here right now, but very soon.
Very cool. Inspired now 3-2, really putting the pressure on Frostbitten, keeping him locked into his base. Inspired now with the Wizard Lord.
Yeah, curious which lore he will go for. I actually don't remember. Fun fact.
Wizard Lord is similar to the one hero in Dogs of War.
They are exactly the same.
The same.
Yeah.
Okay, they're both Wizard Lord.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, he went Sky. He went Heaven.
Which is the heal one, or?
He has slow currently because it's level 1, and on level 2 he's gonna have a strong Thunderbolt versus air units.
Very cool.
Roiling Skies from Warhammer Tabletop.
Swarming in.
Pterodons being very oppressive, but Frostbitten, nice reaction. TP's back. This tower is putting in massive damage, holding back the lizardmen.
Saros
advance.
Saros veteran getting quite low.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of good siege with the salamander. It looks like there's an upgrade, I think, that he actually did end up purchasing for that salamander that causes it to. I think it gives it the Bat Rider napalm, basically. If I'm not mistaken, in this. What's the salamander upgrade in this? I forget. Sorry.
He has, he has one specialization upgrade which buffs attack range, which I think he didn't do, although it's tier 2. And the upgrade that you're referring to is actually on tier 3.
Oh.
And
okay.
it has a unique mechanic, so it's a cooldown. Oh, by the way, it's slowed. Is he dead? Yeah,
he's dead
because
he had visibility.
Archers have visibility of true sight if you research it, and also I'm sure that and he purchases
his rune immediately, so wastes no time getting the Skink War Chief back in the fight. Starts.
The Celestial Wizards have true sight, but I don't think the hero does.
And he's able to get the chain, gets the almost gets the surround. Grandmaster heals from the farm, but he goes down as the next volley of rocks lands on his head.
Yeah.
And now we have the ambush assassinating the level 1 wizard, along with a few
two
rocks.
heroes down. Two heroes down, 2 heroes in the Tavern. The population isn't terrible, but if the altar goes down...
He's rebuilding at his expansion, essentially. Wisely.
Yeah.
The fact that he's on 2 bases means he's not out of it, but yeah, with his altar going down, he's gonna have a long time without any heroes.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. So wisely sticking to Empire Archers, they're doing really good job versus these Pterodons right now. Only 3 Pterodon are left. And one of them was slowed the entire time, which has helped quite a bit.
Paid a heavy price for his victories. Hopefully it's not a Pyrrhic victory, but it looks like Inspired still got enough momentum to keep up the pressure for now.
Yeah.
And without
very
heroes...
Yeah. It's very hard to revive from the 7 right now because you need to get a mercenary first, you need someone with an inventory.
Yeah.
In this spec, again, the lizards are now reigning supreme, 3 lizards per summon. And the Pterodons can toss rocks versus buildings, which is very good versus towers, and well, it's good versus everything, to be honest.
Yeah, it's quite a nice ability.
So at least the Wizard Lord is out. He's
gonna try that. He's level 1.
Oh, and goes for the glyph and for the invul. Yeah, base 600 gold. Revive the Grandmaster. Meanwhile, the expansion is getting harassed.
He might
but
go down anyway.
Might it be
He's
a
got
dieback?
a few more attacks, 1 more rock. Not
Survives
quite.
on 8 HP. Wow.
I think he's got not quite enough mana for another Windwalk, for another ambush. Now he's got the Jade Wizards out. The expansion is dead, essentially. So, but each player back on a single base.
Well, the workers can come back. It's only the workers that have died.
That's true. He hasn't quite killed the main. Surely it'll fall before he.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of Empire Archers right now. So, supply wise, able to TP in.
Yeah, gonna try to... That was a very bad shockwave from Inspired.
Yeah, he had waited just a little bit. 1 more rock, yep, and it's down. Now he can walk away. Maybe he's got full mana now on a Skink War Chief, so...
I also love the channeling stuff, which he has on him the entire time. It's only plus 25%, but it's a really cheap item. I believe it's 125. But
this guy, the Soros, is in trouble.
Yeah, he needs to... Yeah, he can't do much. The slow is too oppressive. If he upgraded the staff, it would have been really cool.
Yeah, it's Staff of Sanctuarium. He's a human player, you know. He should be used to doing that. So now, Inspired in a tough spot.
Yeah, feeds experience with those lizards, to be honest, like they just died immediately. 2 archers forgotten near the place where the hero was killed, and now Pterodons versus that many archers. I don't think it's a good idea to engage. Light armor suffers so heavily versus
piercing.
Yeah. And Empire Archers are relatively tanky, 350 HP. They do have Unarmored, which is a crappy type of armor, but only against Piercing or Siege, and currently Inspired there's nothing. These 2 Forgotten...
that was a good dispel.
Yeah. 2 Forgotten Archers, I think, are hurting Frostbitten. It would have been... like, his push right now would have been even more oppressive. Inspired healing with the Ritual Flames. It's a really strong ability. It heals 50 HP.
50 HP for 50 gold, or 30 HP for 50 gold.
It's I apologize. It's 30 HP, but it only costs 5 wood, so it's
5 wood. Right. Yeah, it's very cheap.
Yeah. So it's interesting that the players are opting not to adjust versus one another. Inspired thinks you can have a critical mass of the
pterodons and still
yeah.
overcome these.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. So yeah, and basically, Frostbitten thinks that okay, if he's only gonna ever build pterodons, I can just
Build
farm
archers. It's a
Yeah,
fact.
I think it's quite a bit of a mistake from Frostbitten right now. I think he should have focused the workers so much more aggressively, because he was able to take down one totem, but Lizardman workers, and I think maybe Frostbitten has forgotten about it in the heat of moment. Lizardman workers have the unusual characteristic that they have unarmored, so they would have melted versus the. Yeah, and Inspired was greedy and didn't build a tower, so
Not
I think
until
it was
it's too late. Yeah.
Yeah, he has no towers currently, so
He tried to build
think...
one during the fight, but Frostbitten kept taking him down as
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah. So I think Frostbitten, like his decision making at this particular point was suboptimal. But his push continues, and right now it's a bit harder.
Got his expo back up.
Yeah. Yeah, in the meantime, he has expanded off of it, although the expo is not saturated. But Jade Wizard putting in massive value, healing 10 hit points. Yeah. But this annoying sound whenever they do the heal will go away next patch. Okay, so Pterodons fly in, trying to snipe off them. Yeah.
Kills one. The next ambush will take out another. Oh, he's able to heal back up though. So not like, but the rock drops.
All the spell scrolls are used, and so massive lizards are.
Hasn't gotten the poison for him, unfortunately. Would have had some nice slowing on those.
Oh right, yeah.
Runs and buys, able to buy it and get quite a good kill off of it.
Yeah, almost
Soros
level 6, but
back in the fight.
Yeah, 350 of the ambush skill is very oppressive.
It is
versus
very
single
nice.
target. Yeah, it was nerfed by the way in the last patch, so it's 50 damage less on level 3 and 25 damage less on level 2. Yeah. Level 3 Wizard Lord, so he is slow right now. I think lasts twice as long or something. It's not the biggest of scalings, and he has maybe some other spell to play with. Unfortunately, we can't see it in the overlay which one it is.
Due to their unique... Oh, he's got poison now. Must have heard us. Back through time and space.
Exactly. Have you seen the series Dark? I'm not sure.
Yes, I love that show. It's great. I was actually thinking about rewatching that because I was just looking it up. I love so I, amateur fantasy writer and occasionally I used to do this much more. Like my undergrad was in creative writing, but since focused on other things. But that was like kind of quantum magic was like kind of the quantum space magic. So definitely inspired a bit by 40K, but also just like a bunch of other things, throughout my experience. So I definitely felt kind of close to Dark in that, it's kind of quantum reality that they that was like the core of its cosmology.
Very, very cool stuff. I had the pleasure of watching it in original because I understand German.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and I don't speak German well, but whenever I listen to things, I can understand 95%, so that's fine.
I do. I probably understand about 30%, but I listen with subtitles. It's that I don't know. I feel like it's just the act. You can't listen to it dubbed. It's just ridiculous to me, unless you're watching something like Bruce Lee or something like that.
I normally watch dubs though. I don't mind too much. I have seen some, for example, Scrubs, which I liked when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But it was Russian TV, so it wasn't Russian. And some time ago, like a few years ago, I rewatched rewatched the entire thing in German.
Oh, very nice.
Just to you know learn German a little bit. Yeah, so it's I also watch what's it called? The one with the aliens and the girl with superpowers. Stranger Things, that's the one.
Oh yeah.
Stranger Things I also watched in German.
I feel like Dark was a better kind of similar story, but better version, better told.
Yeah. Okay, so meanwhile, yeah.
One Jade
Frostbitten
Wizard
pushed-
still.
Yeah.
Frostbitten takes out the expansion again, or not Frostbitten.
Yeah, inspired.
Inspired takes out the expansion while his base is under siege. Grandmaster now level 6. Pterodon's
Yeah,
able to join the battle, and it looks like he's taking tempo back. Both Invuln's gone now, but Saros leader getting picked off.
Yeah, level 4. That's a painful revive, and we see some riflemen added. I'm not sure it was the right choice. To be honest, they are a little bit paper when it comes to tanking Pterodon's normal damage. Inspired a bit of a mistake, loses 3 workers.
Yeah, forgets that camp is still.
Yeah.
Only two, just the ones that got netted.
So no mining left, no gold left.
So
or players. We're in the FFA stage of the game.
That's the last we'll see. Oh no, he's able to make the remake the Saros with the last of his gold.
Yeah.
So nice. Just getting some more harass with the Pterodons. The slow lasting quite a long time. You see these two that were slowed before. Part of the control group kind of getting in a tough spot.
Yeah. It's level 2, we can confirm it via the buff, and I think, because these spells usually have a bit of a weird scaling, and I think it's just, you know, the duration. Oftentimes it's the duration that scales, and cast range or mana cost, something like this. So this is how the hero is done, just design-wise. Like he's meant to be a bit funky, a bit peculiar. Yeah, Pterodons are very good for kiting. 3 archers were standing, and now 2 are standing. They're no match for the Rock Hail, as the upgrade is called. Ice Shroud Blizzard still affecting those 2 Pterodons, by the way.
Yes, those poor bastards just floating along. Just now joining the fray. Takes out the tower.
Clearing the expansion in the meantime. While Pterodon are oppressing the main base. But Frostbitten feels confident in his caravan, that he feels like this is the priority, that he should keep safe.
Trying to get some gold.
Both players are tier 2, by the way, the entire time.
Yeah.
I only just have noticed it. It's a little bit weird. Normally tier 3 unlocks very potent but technologies.
Especially for lizardmen. I feel like a couple ancient lizards could have been really sealed the game for Inspired.
Maybe also the 3rd hero, because he is himself quite
Little
a lot
Thunderbolt, yeah. He is a good...
he's the only hero in game to have normal damage. I was thinking for a long time about... Yeah.
I actually love that hero, but he has no inventory. If you get him 3rd, it's kind of tough to... Right? He only has 2 inventory slots. He gets the inventory slot at each level up.
Yeah, true. But right now, Inspired has 4 items between his 2 heroes, so this would not have been an issue.
This is true.
So Frostbitten has 650 gold, so he is able to afford a re-expansion, should he be able to defend it.
Let's see where those Pterodons are hanging out right around there, waiting for him to try.
Yeah.
Well, we'll only toss 1 rock. Not sure what Inspired spent his money on just now.
Yeah, Frostbitten attempting the trick with freer, faster expansion building. I'm not exactly sure he knows his timings. Have you heard about this trick?
Yes, yep. Because it only checks every 2 seconds, so you can have them build a
And
little
he has
bit
expanded all of his gold. Oh damn,
without.
he's not doing it right.
No. He screwed it up. You basically have to do once and then hit stop. You have to constantly hit stop.
Yeah,
You
I
can't.
like you have to do it with a rhythm. I think it's like a maybe a musician would
It's
have gotten
two
it, you know.
seconds. If it's you have to start and stop it within 2 seconds. I
You
think
have
it's
to
the same
you
thing
have to,
like
you
the
know.
aura checking, right?
You have to do a metronome. I feel. I don't know though. I've never attempted it. Just from my knowledge of the game, you have to be you have to turn yourself into a metronome to time
Yeah.
it well. Yeah, but
I once played percussion pretty well, I suppose, in the orchestra. So I like to think that my timing isn't too bad. But
yeah.
it's,
The output,
APM
unfortunately,
is tough, but something like that where I can just have them in a controlled group and just hit R then S basically on the
yeah.
R click and then hit S. R click, you know, they get to do one whatchamacallit.
Yeah, one instance of power building.
Yes, one repair command.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the
Rocks must be
meantime, the
on
engagement.
cooldown. He's split.
Yeah.
He's
And
got Inspired's got Frostbitten split right now, and he calls it.
yeah, unfortunately, I feel like had he used his ultimate in a more um, timely fashion, I think he rushed it a little bit, maybe overestimating the radius of it. So he only caught like 3 units in the ultimate. If he used it in the heat of battle, especially hitting the Pterodon, maybe the battle would have gone his way. But positioning was quite suboptimal for the Imperial, and so Inspired was able to get on top. Also, I think probably Inspired's heroes were a bit stronger at this point, and so the engagement went Inspired's way, and he had many Pterodon to build on this advantage. Pterodon are very oppressive this patch. The cooldown is nerfed next patch, but this patch they just reign supreme if you are willing to do a little bit of kiting stuff. Which is
Very
a little
true.
bit anti-fun, but it gets the job done, and after a very long game, by Warcraft 3 standards, by our standards,
Yeah.
lots of back and forth. It's one of the probably most interesting games to watch and cast, because of how unpredictable it is. It went back and forth like a pendulum,
It really did.
and yeah, because oftentimes the games just snowball for one player, with not that much intrigue in them unless someone throws. But this one was, yeah, a very, very interesting back and forth. So excellent first game of the grand finals of season 1 goes the way of Inspired, and it is 1-1.
Indeed. Let me know when you're ready. I've got the next fired up.
Yeah.
Inspired with Dogs of War. Frostbitten with Orc. Love to see it.
I have unfortunately, so I have good news and bad news. So good news, my replay has loaded, and the bad news is it's the wrong replay. So
Okay. Yes, no worries.
Yeah, because I have messed up my enumeration. Yeah, in the meantime, I can say that out of all, 14 games, and however many, like at least 28, realistically way more maps that were played up to this point, is the first pick of Orcs, period.
Yeah.
So they felt quite underpowered this patch, and Frostbitten, apparently, this is what I thought to myself when I first saw it. I thought to myself that Frostbitten, well, to be honest, I have seen him play it in practice before. He thinks the Black Orcs will do very well versus Wizard Caliph and his Inferno, because they have decent magic resistance. I don't remember the exact numbers, probably 25%, and they are treated as a hero for the purposes of spells.
They got they have the resistance
skin
thing.
Yeah. So my proper replay is loaded, so you can unpause now.
All right. Black Orcs, one of my favorite combos, especially once you go I forget the Way of the Wa or whatever it's called. I forget exactly. The one that lets you build the banners of Gork and Mork and whatnot. They have quite a nice heal if you're able to get far enough in the game. But protecting the banner is always a tough job in that spec.
Yeah, I have seen him before go for the orc spec, and its advantage is that you can build black orcs on tier 2 and they cost like 20 gold less also.
Oh, that's
So,
I gotta experiment more with different things.
yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be Wizard Caliph on the side of Inspired, although he did experiment with Chaos Dwarfs before, but this time I have seen, well, obviously I have seen the game, but right now I have seen the announcement that the Arabi subfaction has been done. And the way of orcs is queued for Frostbitten in his main. So it is indeed gonna be the Black Orcs on tier 2. Unless he ignores that research, which is kind of defeats the whole purpose. But yeah. And the hero is gonna be Goblin Warbot.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. The assassin-like hero.
Yeah. Got a proxy Goblin Lodge. Gonna farm this creep.
Yeah, it's very nice to see orcs, to see some diversity. Unfortunately, quite many races weren't picked at all. Skaven weren't picked in the season finals, in the final 14 games. But I suppose it's fair. They are only 8 players, and not everyone is as dedicated as Frostbitten, or Inspired for that matter, to practice many races. So many players just practice 2 or 3 races, and that's it. And they tend to, you know, cluster around the same races, because if you play something which your opponent plays, you have the added advantage of knowing what you're up against.
Yes.
Yeah, and also you can, you know, eavesdrop on some builds, on some build orders. Whereas if you are like Frostbitten and you're experimenting on your own,
you gotta invent it all.
Yeah. To be honest, I absolutely love inventing if I have the time for it.
Same.
Yeah, it's especially rewarding to be inventing, you know, build orders and strats for your own
game.
mod. Yeah, like it's super rewarding, super fun. I cannot recommend it enough. Although you must have like a lot of free time to spare and a lot of, you know, perseverance and dedication to, you know, actualize all of your plans.
Nice little inferno there. Yeah. So ironically, so before I joined the Discord, the thing that I was like trying to maximize getting to the Van Karstein dragons, because I did see how strong they were, and I realized that if I could get them, I could win. But if I didn't get them, I would usually lose versus my one friend. I did not realize how busted they were, though. Now I feel a little bit less good about it. But yeah, so that's what I practiced, was just trying to optimize it. Then I realized that there was all sorts of other folks who had optimized that build already, because it was well known and quite strong.
Yeah. This unit, the way it is balanced in this patch, I'm not tremendously proud of myself. To be honest, it's my job as the map designer to make sure like nothing is crazily OP. So, but yeah, hopefully next patch they're gonna be way better. I'm not sure if I nerfed them enough, but yeah, we'll see how it all goes. Hopefully, also, I have buffed some units which are underused currently, so maybe more new strategies can be, you know, discovered by the player base, and it would be super fun. We are having 2 fast cups almost back to back, by the way. So one, what was it? So today is already Saturday for me. So yeah, it's like Saturday evening, like 17 hours from now, and one Monday evening. Well, when I say evening, I mean European time. So
you said 27 hours from now?
No, 17.
17
hours.
Okay, sorry, I don't know why. Apologize for my...
It's fine. Yeah, feel free to sign up or to cast if you're available. If
trying
not,
to figure out what time the time of day that is. It's like 8 p.m. right now, or it is 2000 hours. 20 o'clock.
Yeah, so it's 7 hours less than it is for me, so it should be...
On a Friday. It's 28... Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 1 p.m., so 1 o'clock on the day.
Okay. Yeah, I actually... 1 to 5 every Saturday I play Shadowrun.
Okay, cool. No, it's no worries. It's just a
Tabletop
fast cup.
RPG.
I'd never aggrandize them because they are just, you know, they're.
Don't say just the fast cup. They're pretty fun. They're pretty. I think we get some of our best matches in fast cups, honestly. So.
Yeah, true. I'm just. It's like it was a little bit stressful to try to get someone from, you know, Warhammer community to maybe cast this event. So I've written to maybe like 20 streamers or like 25. And yeah, it's a little bit annoying that, you know, none of them are tremendously responsive, and so it's not, you know, it's kind of like a cold sales, cold approach, whatever you
Yeah,
call it.
yeah,
It can be a bit stressful. With fast caps, I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm not gonna bother. If we have 0 casters, that's okay. If we have 1 caster, that's excellent. But I'm not gonna work for it because I have worked, you
yeah.
know,
There's more important things to do.
like,
I
yeah,
absolutely
yeah, yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah. In the meantime, the first Black Orc comes out. I absolutely love that model. Shout out to Hair Dave. He's
Such
very
a great
likely not
model.
listening. Yeah, but the models he made for orcs are absolutely great. So the poor illusion is getting sniped. And by the way, the heroes are still extremely low level. All this time it was a lot of chasing around. Inspired very lucky here with the fact that um,
He's
the
put so
Wizard
many
Khalid.
resources into the illusion.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. But overall, Wizard Khalif has higher movement speed, which he isn't really supposed to have, because in Warcraft, basically, higher move speed is reserved for agility heroes and for mounted heroes. So Wizard
Right.
Khalif shouldn't like, he doesn't qualify, but because he
He's
is
the
based
Shadow
off of,
Hunter model.
yeah, that's why I forgot to basically reset
Lower
it.
it, yeah.
Next patch he's gonna be slower. Or
Ooh, Shaman gets picked off almost immediately.
he's only level 1, so not the biggest of deals.
We have some
But
Hashishins, or right? Is that what these are? Yep, Hashishins
yeah,
coming
yeah,
out. Gonna stop the mining.
yeah. Also, Inspired is taken to tier 3, so with an
Fast
upgrade,
tier 3.
he can either double or triple, I don't remember the exact value, of the downtime of whenever they do the sabotage thing. I feel like maybe I should, like, decrease the amount of time the main gets sabotaged by, because otherwise you have no incentive to ever sabotage anything but the main building. Or I kind of envisioned it, and if you know Red Alert, or like Command and Conquer in
Yeah.
general, I think Red Alert 2 is the inspiration for this mechanic. I felt that it's so freaking funny when you have spies, you know, infiltrating the bases of enemies, and there you have incentive to infiltrate different buildings. You can infiltrate the power grid, the barracks,
Right.
the technology thing, whatever it's called, the technology building. Here, people always opt out for sabotaging the main base. I wonder why I didn't have this idea before. I could have implemented it for this patch already. Although maybe I'll be able to do it. It won't take me long to code. Maybe I can do it for the July the 15th upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, but on the other hand, I wanted to keep the changelog minimal. Never mind. I'll think about it. Maybe sometime in the future, because it would have been cool to see, you know, other buildings getting sabotaged.
Well, stopping gold production is just so valuable.
Yeah.
It's
And
basic,
if you
you know.
sabotage the, yeah, if you sabotage barracks and one unit is queued, I'm sure he goes out fine. If 2 units are queued, I'm not tremendously sure what the interaction is. I think they get also trained and they don't have their allegiance, you know, messed up.
Oh, so if you would steal the units coming out of the barracks, if they.
Yeah, and you can't even do it, so that's why
Okay,
it
it's
kind of never
bugged.
makes sense to just. Yeah,
Like you just
it
said.
kind of never makes sense to sabotage anything but the main building. And right now we see the production is stopped, and a new Hashishin is already in place, so he is ready to chain
Just
sabotage the building.
immediately, yeah.
Also, it's cool how he put her in the tree line so that you can't actually see her.
Also invisible, but
Yeah.
Job's done.
And I was so happy when I first saw it. The fleet is queued, so a crazy strong unit, and now a second
Ifrits,
one.
yes.
Research.
Yeah, it cost a shit ton of resources, and yeah, should in theory be very good at tearing down the Blackworks. We'll see how it goes. One dog is defending the big boss hole from the spy, which is exactly what it is supposed to do. Recalling my, you know, fascination with Red Alert 2, this is exactly the counterplay for spies.
Yeah,
Have
the
canine,
dogs.
canine friends, yeah.
Sniff them out.
Yeah.
Do they actually have an ability that helps against the spy.
Yeah, sure. They detect spies in Red Alert 2, and here they have True Sight. So
Oh,
the
okay,
same
I
thing.
see. They have True Sight. Very good.
Yeah.
First Ifrit comes out. Very nice model.
Yeah. I don't remember who the author is, but yeah, if reads are very cool. They are basically the universal unit. They burn down buildings with their ability. They deal extra damage to heroes with, another passive ability, and they deal splash AoE magical damage, which makes them super good at tearing down heavily armored infantry. So I think maybe they're slightly bad versus ranged units because medium armor takes like 70% damage from magic attacks, but still crazy strong. You can see how this ice troll just melts.
Oh yeah. So just to the AOE.
Yeah, no pun intended. Like he melts from the burning damage of the Ifrit's fiery attack. Also, they have this cool mechanic that since Ifrits are kind of like evil genes.
Yeah.
By the way, I remember in Heroes of Might and Magic 3 there were those Ifrits.
Yeah, there were.
I believe there are also genes. Also, when I was a kid, this unit fascinated me. Although I'm not that big of a fan of Heroes of Might and Magic, but it's a cool game.
I enjoyed it.
Anyway, yeah, they
certain
have this
versions.
mechanic.
Yeah, I think 3 was my favorite as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Wand of the Wind cancels the teleportation scroll. Khalif in a bad spot, and he dies indeed.
Yeah, in the altar, exactly. Yeah, so Ifrits have this cool mechanic where they would switch allegiance, kind of like, I don't know, kind of like you would make a Jin switch allegiance, I suppose. So if they have less, okay, so that's exactly what has happened right now. Yeah, and the Ifrit is converted. So the reason why he was converted is he was attacked by a hero who is level 3, and when the Ifrit was attacked, he was below 30% hit points, and it's a percentage base. I believe it's like 10% in order for it to activate, and so maybe Frostbitten has gotten a little bit lucky. And so if
and the first attack, yeah, it just instantly converted. That was a little bit lucky for sure.
I don't think it was literally the first attack, maybe like the second or the third, but yeah, in general a little bit lucky. Well, we'll see if he can convert any more. I think Frostbitten has stopped its productions. So Tripalki means three stuffs.
Yeah.
So he's unhappy about the fact that the item's not updated to the latest patch. It's supposed
Instead
to be
of 2, yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to be 2 charges, but yeah, the items are a little bit outdated. I wasn't 100% diligent when updating them, because I myself don't care too much. I always think to myself in such instances is that, like, you know, hundreds, thousands of tournaments were played with these old items, so it can't be that. Yeah, it can't be that important. I am removing the
things
heal
were just
wards
busted for a very long time.
Yeah, I am removing the heal wards from the item drop, so I feel like this is the most overpowered item. And yeah, Black Orcs storming into the base. Like, this looks weirdly satisfying, you know, those gigantic Black Orcs
versus the little assassins, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Poison daggers putting in some good work. 3-3 though on the heroes. He's getting into the Black Orcs falling down, Shamans. Oh, he's not the one. Shamans won't have green energy. Oh.
Yeah, they do have stronger tier 3 spell and tier 2 spell, but right now they're only initiates, so they have only a curse.
Just a little bit of mischance.
Yeah. And both heroes are in trouble.
Forces the TP though. Hopefully he's not gonna get green energy tier. Okay. Or what is it called? That's not green energy on the Great Shaman. I forget what they're.
Nah.
The heal. The heal.
Gaze of Gork or something.
Yeah, Gaze of Gork. Yeah.
It's probably not literally Gaze. Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it is Gaze of something. It actually is.
It's probably. It actually may be just green energy. You are maybe right.
It's not. It's not green energy because I remember I kept saying it, and Inspired was very confused because he didn't play the spec that I played. He's like, what are you
Yeah,
talking
but
about?
this
It's
spell is
hilarious.
called
He
the
tried to leash the camp, but missed 3 times trying to leash. So he didn't wake up the camp. Apparently,
Oh,
they don't mind if you are throwing near them. They only care if you actually hit them.
they are taught to ignore drunkards. So
Yeah.
this is a nice skill to teach your children.
Very true.
Yeah, I have learned it the hard way exactly like 24 hours ago. So it was middle of the night because this is the only weather where I can jog
Right.
these days in July. So I was jogging in basically buttfuck nowhere because because it has the most greenery and the less degrees of Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little bit like it was tragic and funny. I ran into a drunkard, although I didn't realize he was drunk, and he was riding a scooter in a place where you really shouldn't be riding scooters. So he fell off a cliff
Oh
as
no.
he sighted me. I felt bad. Like it wasn't a big, like it was like a small hill, but
Right,
he
right.
did fell into some bushes. I felt bad at first because I thought I scared him, so I tried to talk to him to like apologize, to ask him if he needs help, and he just mumbled something absolutely detached
Incoherent.
from reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I jogged on
Like,
for like
yeah,
2 more
okay.
kilometers. Yeah, so that's 1.5 miles in freedom units, and then I jogged those 1.5 miles back, and on the spot, like 500 meters away, or what is it, half a mile away from where I originally met him, I ran into him again, and he again mumbled something incoherently at me, but this time I didn't stop. I just jogged past him.
Yeah, he must have, couldn't have been in too rough a shape if you passed him by again, you know.
Yeah. Just ignore the drunkards, as those gnolls did.
Very true.
Yeah. I'm glad he wasn't hostile. He was the only person I met the entire night, by the way.
That's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely worse people to meet than drunkards in the woods late at night.
Yeah, but it's actually quite remarkable because Moscow is the largest city in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I know all of the secluded places where you can jog in peace most of the time.
Very
Okay,
good. Okay,
poor
yeah. Troll gets
Zero
surrounded
down.
and darted, and the troll war chief gets locked in as well and exploded by an inferno. But bought by the Rune of Rebirth, rebought. Beats a hasty retreat out of there.
Yeah. One base. So inspired, I think, edging towards having some meaningful advantage. Those Arabian warriors are crazy strong on tier 3. The way they burn mana is freaking insane, to be honest. This may warrant a nerf, to be honest, but...
Okay.
Well, Inspired said that this is basically a tier 3 unit, but I have made so many nerfs to the Wizard Caliph, so I want to see how Arabi plays in this patch before, committing to more nerfs. Yeah, but right now, Frostbitten is struggling. He has only 3 units. All 3 of them are very strong, but yeah, and he's building more trolls. They have very good regeneration. That's true, so you can kind of kite with them. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Level 4 on Goblin Boss, but level 5 on Wizard Caliph.
Close to those
Inferno.
wishes.
Yeah,
And
getting closer to the wishes. And level 3 Inferno is crazy strong.
A couple of Freets back out there now. Now that he's got a good front line, I think he's in much better position to actually keep them alive and on his side. Grabs a couple items grabs some Dispel Scrolls to deal with the knobbers, or
Snotlings, yeah. Anticipates the Snotling breakout. There it is, and... no Dispel. Okay, here it is. Stone Troll converted, so he ignores magical damage completely. This is nice. But 2 Black Orcs fall, and Ifrit just absolutely annihilates the Shaman.
And looks like the Goblin Boss is gonna go down too. Oh, but does get a good stun out.
Yeah, he tosses it in time. Poor Troll.
Stone Troll is gonna be hard to deal with, but...
Yeah, but Stone Trolls are so much bulkier but not when they get kited around. So the upgrade for the trolls is very expensive, but you have to do it only once, and then you can upgrade your trolls for free.
Oh, very nice.
But they lose the ability to speed bile, or is it vomit, whatever. It's not the strongest of abilities, and I don't think Frostbitten has used it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he's not as experienced with orcs.
Research complete.
And Inspired is making the upgrade for Ifrits, so
Curse
increases damage done by Ifrits by 2 heroes by 40%.
Oh wow, Ifrit's Curse, very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. They do extra 20% damage to heroes on default, and then there are 2 upgrades to get it up to 100% extra damage, so double damage.
It's about 100
I
damage
think-
a ping at that point.
Yeah, so I think Frostbitten is more or less hanging in there by a thread. He does have trolls, but I think it would be very hard to get a critical mass of the trolls.
Not completely
Okay, it's
magic
strong.
immune, it looks like. They're still able to be targeted by the...
Yeah. Maybe I just gave them 100% magic, like spell damage resistance and a hero type resistance skin.
Right.
Goblin war boss stuffs onto a troll and
But he's
attempts to
getting
run
beat
down.
up by these Afridi. They're about to get their upgrade for the... Oh, that Flame Strike. Gets a little bit of friendly fire, but well worth it. The Wizard Caliph's calculated strike, sacrificing his Hashashins in order to sear the kill on the war boss. Now with wishes available for his efforts.
Yeah, Jean comes out, and the first wish he grants supreme power this pull. So double damage on the flame strike.
Kind of wasted on the trolls. Maybe he didn't realize that they would not take any damage from that.
Yeah, it wasn't well positioned, but it's a show of power.
You know, it's not.
Also
It's about
has
sending a
one-
message.
Yeah. And the hero just melts to supreme power, and he also picks immortality, so regenerates all of hit points. If he dies in the next 60 seconds, nothing bad will come of it. He will just get reborn again and again. This is how immortality works.
Very
And
cool.
also he received passive +5.
That's the game.
Yeah. Whenever you receive a wish, there's a temporary effect of, you know, for 1 minute, which is super strong, and then you passively gain +5 to the attribute. So +5
very nice.
intelligence for supreme power, and +5 strength for immortality, and the third one is called insuperable swiftness, which is a slight reference to one of my favorite people in the community, the insuperable from from Canada. I love that guy. He's super funny. Canadian undead player.
Very cool.
I wish he went to Rarland, but unfortunately, his fan base is not as dedicated as it would have been had Warcraft been a bigger thing. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way. So yeah, unfortunately, not easy for him to crowdfund the expenses, and they do mount up with those transatlantic flights.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I've got game 3 loaded up. Let me know when you're...
Yeah. So 2-1 in favor of the
inspired.
reigning champion. Yeah. And I am loaded. I believe you can unpause.
All right. See, Inspired going Dark Elves this time, and Empire. Wait, no, my backwards again. Inspired with Empire, and
Ready to work.
no, Inspired
Yeah.
is Empire, yes, and Frostbane
Yeah,
is
Inspired.
Dark Elves.
Yeah, Inspired wouldn't play Dark Elves. I don't think he knows how to play them. Yeah, so Frostbitten falling back to his trusted option. This is something which he has won with against RazerMoon, against Dice. So we shall see if he is able to repeat the feat versus Inspired, who currently has too much points. So Echo Isles in the right corner, we have Frostbitten and the Vile Slave Masters keeping vigil over the slaves. And in the left corner, we have Inspired opting for Doctrine of Faith, same specialization that Frostbitten has gone for. Frostbitten later mentioned he regrets that he wished he had gone Gunpowder versus Master Pterodons. Yeah, Gunpowder
okay.
would have helped. Although I think the Archers have done well enough. They held their ground.
If he had splashed in some, maybe some more meaty units, he could have transitioned into a, you know, like tier 3 army or something, brought in some casters, something like that. I think he...
Yeah, that's true. That's also true.
Job's done.
I always feel bad
Ready to work.
because normally all races have just one ranged unit, so and it's a very Warcraft thing to have multiple ranged units, including, you know, flying units, and in Warhammer, like,
Ready to
melee units do everything, so you can have like 5, 7, 9 different types of infantry, and they would all fill a different role in the battlefield, and you kind of need them all, and it makes sense to have them all.
Right.
Here in Warcraft, it's very hard to, you know, make it work.
Replicate that kind of
Yeah,
feeling
yeah,
of different,
Yeah,
of a, you know, balanced army supporting each other.
yeah, that's true, that's true.
Human is the one, you know, I feel like the main, in Warcraft 3, human is the army that tends to diversify the most, instead of just, you know, I mean, mass rifles is a thing, but, you know, I always see human players, you know, building a sanctum, building a workshop, building a griffin aviary, just because all those units have their niche, you know, like making a couple tanks, you know, with 2 attack upgrades just to take out an expo all on their own, right? Like if it's undefended. Griffin's very good against a lot of T3 melee units, bears, knights, A-bombs.
ready to work.
Yeah, I'm hoping to, you know, that I have dealt with this gap by having the Dogs of War camp, so if you need a anti-heavy armor flying unit, you can just buy a Bound Dragon.
Yes.
So yeah, this is kind of the logic behind it. And the Merc camp was prepped by the Empire player, and Dark Elves are creeping the expansion, which is easy to creep on this map. Only 1 Ogre Magi and 2 Trolls. As always, Corsair spec versus the
Forces are under
Grandmaster opening. Yeah, and it's Faith again. I actually really like the recolor that I have done for the Beatmaster. I think he has come out a little bit too tan because he's not he's not as dark in game, but that's okay.
Looks a little red. But
Yeah.
I like it
He
still.
has
That's good though.
he has spent a bit too much time in the sun, maybe, but that's okay.
Is that his skin color? It looks like armor.
I think I also have done this recolor back when I was not as skilled with Photoshop basically as I am now. Right now I would be able to maybe make it look a little bit better, but that's okay. I really like. I have done a very similar thing to Vampire Count hero, and his recolor I think looks absolutely splendid. Although unfortunately we don't see that hero too often, but I'm sure
Which
you.
one? The
Vampire Count. The one
Vampire
with
Count. That's what I
Somnia.
thought you were
Yeah.
gonna say. It's a very nice recolor of the Blood Mage.
Yeah.
I like to pick them up third typically. I think they're good. Offer some good control. Although I think the somnambulance ability bugs occasionally, so it can be.
I don't actually remember it bugging on me, but
Maybe not.
things
Maybe
can
it's just the channel time. It gets disrupted sometimes, and then it doesn't complete its arc.
Oh, that actually may be the case.
But Inspired able to take out the slave masters, which causes his poor slaves to, let's say, become
Yeah.
free very quickly.
Unalived. as I noticed this is a euphemism that, you know, some of the YouTubers use to not get demonetized. So yeah, the the slaves are getting unalived in droves. At least their suffering ends, you know.
You know.
They no longer have to work for this malevolent government. Frostbitten running around with quite a big army actually. He needs to rebuild a slave, but he can't because he's teching.
So he can make workers from the slave pits, though, right?
That is correct, yes.
But he'll just keep hemorrhaging units, hemorrhaging workers until he's finished teching and makes some more.
Yeah, that would have made sense, but I think it's a little bit too much of multitasking.
Fair enough. Just opting to... Now he's building a slave master, finally.
Yeah. And Inspired is again being annoying, harassing the Expo.
Taking out another slave master.
Yeah, making good use of the reinforce ability, which is, I don't want to say overpowered, but it's certainly a very useful ability. You pay not that much gold, it's only 2 gold per hit point. No, the other way around. You can, for 1 piece of gold, you can heal
2 hit points.
2 hit points of, yeah, either a militia worker or the free company militiaman.
Very cool. I always wondered how that worked.
Yeah, and if you're near a building, like a barracks, it's the rate gets even better. It's like 3 health points.
And then you can also heal from farms.
Yeah, yeah. Empire has a lot of healing. Yeah, that one of the reasons why it's popular dispatch. So poor slave master is getting
beat to death by yeah, Empire swordsman.
Yeah, yeah. It's like actually one of those occasions where the ability enslave would have been really helpful. She would have enslaved him quite easily, because he would have been influenced by the despair aura of a slave pit, and it's only 1 unit. So if he had just tapped it once,
she goes down anyway from a shockwave from the backside.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got some Corsairs out with his nets, so
yeah. This is what happens to you if you're a slave master. Yeah, but unfortunately those nets don't stun yet. So yeah, he has missed a golden opportunity to deal more damage. And if I believe, if I recall correctly, this problem will persist for a while.
Inspired gonna be
the upgrade is at tier 2, so he can definitely do it, and it's only 100, and Frostbitten has the upgrades for it. He has 3 Corsairs. He should do the research ASAP, like already. But I think he has forgotten to, and he won't recall until a couple of minutes into the future, if I remember correctly. I also like it that Inspired goes for Swordsman, which is, I believe he's the only player of all the players who play Empire, and those are plenty. He's the only one to make use of this unit. I don't remember if they have a rivalry versus Dark Elves, though. I think they don't. I think it's only Chaos Orcs and
Orcs, Vampires, Skaven.
Yeah.
Orcs
and probably Skaven, yeah.
Skaven, Orcs, VC, and Chaos.
Rivalry for Swordsman would refund like up to 10 gold for training. It's not the biggest of deals, it's just there to
1 to 10 gold.
Make them. Yeah, it is there to make the unit a little bit more exciting, like a little bit less bland. So, yeah. But quite an impressive army from the Dark Elf player. Yes, he nets the Swordsman, but deals no damage and no stun. So unfortunately, again, like this would have.
Well, it's able
like
to kill it pretty easily.
It adds up. It adds up over time.
That's fair.
The damage, the extra stun. Riptide goes through 5 units or so. Shockwave does the same. Crow of Roar, yeah, used very nicely. 3 nets and no damage. So very unfortunate for Frostbitten. Okay, 2 units go down to Shockwave, and Inspired has held. Holding in the main base is comparatively easy because of the bonus damage on the guard towers.
+8.
1 spearman goes to scout the expansion. He's gonna die to towers unless Frostbitten reacts. And I think he doesn't. The towers are quite strong.
Good, yeah. But he's going in again with a invisible ambush. Just when Inspired thinks it's safe, the Dark Elf show up again out of the mists.
Yeah, which is a very Dark Elven thing to do. Finally, the stun is done, so the nets are now technically barbed.
Much scarier than they were even moments ago. Heal Scroll comes out, well used by Frostbitten.
Yeah, but brave Imperial front line of swordsmen seems to be holding for now, although at a cost for sure.
Frost Sorceress slowing the swordsman, but yeah, forced to raid back out.
Smithy being rebuilt in the back. In the meantime, speaking of smithies, the black armor is being destroyed by one, almost dead.
Knight.
Yeah.
Summon Knight, nonetheless.
Inspired being annoying. He obviously has so much experience with those plays because he plays on such a high level normal Warcraft. He knows how to split, units and stuff. And the black armor is gonna be rescued just in
Even
time.
resummons it to deny the XP.
Yeah, it's not the highest amount.
But still, nonetheless, doesn't want to give anything over to the Dark Elf player.
Yeah. Level 5 Riptide is gonna be painful. And so the second hero of Inspired comes out. It's gonna be the captain, and he has a very strong aura of Keeper of the Grove. So what's it called? Thorn's aura.
Yeah.
And it does have the new values, so it scales at 15 percentage points per level. So it's quite impressive in melee. On level 3, when the hero is level 3, you can already return 30% of the damage back to the attackers. So it's really
quite nice.
Strong against mass
Melee.
Corsairs.
Yeah.
He does go Animosity first, which is a modified version of the clap, of Thunderclap, that doesn't do as much damage, but
slows significantly more.
Longer. Yeah, slows for longer, or for higher values, whatever. If you have played, what's it called, Vermintide?
Yeah.
Do you know Vermintide?
I've never played much of it, but yeah, I know about it. Play more. I'm more into. What's the 40k one now? I forget.
Space Marine or something?
Dark Tide.
Dire Tide. I don't know. I played not too much, but I have played like I think I've basically completed every campaign once, and my favorite hero was the Demon Hunter. What's he called? Witch Hunter.
Yeah.
And he has the he has this ability Animosity, so it's based off of it. This is
Very
what I was
cool.
gonna say. Yeah. I actually don't know why exactly it is called Animosity. I don't think it's the best of names, but yeah, there it is.
Isn't it isn't
kind
that a
of
reference to
get it.
tabletop?
I don't think it's a reference to tabletop in Vermintide. I think it's just Victor Zaltspire is his name. It's Victor Zaltspire's animosity towards the Skaven in this case. So he knocks back every unit surrounding you, and also gets a bonus crit chance or something, if I recall correctly. So yeah, I've done this spell in
Very cool.
as an homage to Victor Zaltspire.
Excellent.
Slave Master taking care of the ward because she has true sight. She has to keep a lookout on I don't know, sheaves and whatever else it is that the
any
slaves can have.
sneaky skulking bastards trying to get out of there.
Yeah. So she has the means to detect wards. And one Witch Hunter is out. Is it tier 3? It's gonna be tier 3 soon. So witch hunters are stronger on tier 3, quite a bit stronger. And we have an interesting melee only army from Inspired, so not the most common thing in Warcraft. Very common thing in Warhammer though.
Yes. Now level 3 going over to level 5 going over to the Fleet Master, which means level 3 Riptide.
Yeah.
Just putting in some good work.
Yeah.
Frost
Corsairs
armor
and Spearmen.
from the
arm.
Frost Sorceress is also quite effective against the full melee army.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So lots of counterplays by players against one another, and yeah, Armor of Contempt putting in quite a lot of work. 2 Frost Sorceresses in the back. Tower being repaired now.
But it looks like in the war of Riptide versus Shockwave, Shockwave is doing a little bit more to the fragile elf bodies. The Empire Swordsman being just a little bit tougher than the Dark Elf counterparts.
Yeah, especially in this spec, they're not supposed to have 600 health, but they do, because of the Faith thing.
Very cool. Inspired, once again, kills all of the slave masters at the main, and these slaves will perish shortly.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in for Frostbitten, so it looks like it's it looks like it might be a 3-0, which will technically go down on the annals of history as 3-1.
3-1, but 3-0 of the played matches. You know, Frostbitten took some matches off of Inspired recently. I think, you know, Inspired was really, he put himself to the task of wanting to maintain his title, it seems like, especially after losing that first series to Cement. It seems like he buckled down and is at least defending his title with as much skill as we would expect from the reigning champ.
Yeah. Yeah, so to be honest, huge respect to both the players. Frostbitten, the underdog, not like
Frostbitten taking out Shek, taking out Dice, taking out, you know, some of the best players in, you know, like we said, the 2 most famous and renowned for their skill of regular Warcraft 3, Dice and Shek, both fell to Frostbitten, who, you know,
absolutely.
didn't. I would say he is obviously a very skilled player, but I would say compared to some of the other, during the season at least, he beat some of the people that beat him during the season. So he's gotten his revenge here in this tournament and shown that he is one of the top players in our community.
Yeah, absolutely. So huge respect to both players. And
TPs are out immediately. Just because of the siege engine attack he had to protect his Expo from the siege engine attack or steam tank attack.
Yeah.
I think this is why they were changed to siege engines actually from Reign of Chaos to Frozen Throne, is because of the existence of this unit in 40k.
Interesting. Unfortunately, they're supposed to use a slightly different model, but due to a bug in Reforged, they use the same model as Siege engine in Warcraft 3 does.
Interesting.
So yeah, but next patch we are having a model again by Dave, who's made some very nice Warhammer models. It's the same author who made Black Orcs, and is Grandmaster just gonna go down?
Grandmaster goes down, but it's a trade. It's a trade. I think probably a smart trade. Level 4 going over to the captain is becoming quite scary in his own right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not having Frostbitten without a second hero.
Yeah, level 2 Armor of Contempt, and transitions into Dark Sorceresses. Frostbitten does. They have a crazy strong tier 3 spell. So he has been building Frost Sorceresses before. To be honest, I think he should have to just one type of Sorks, but that's okay. And the Expo goes down. Steam tanks are crazy strong, and they have 2 attack upgrades.
Yeah,
on them.
78 to 143. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah. Next patch, we are gonna see a new model by Dave. It's gonna be really cool.
Very awesome.
Yeah. And so far, we have to contend ourselves with them looking just as they do in normal Warcraft. Frostbitten,
still a very good representation of the unit.
Yeah. Frostbitten unfortunately does a silly thing. No offense to him. He's trying to revive from the 7, although he could just revive via blood sacrifice. He needs only 12 slaves. He for sure has more than 12.
Right.
And yeah.
And then he's gonna go down immediately. He found him.
Yeah,
so unfortunate.
Yeah, so what was happening? I was told that there was a bug that the revived hero went to the wrong glyph because they were reviving
At the same time.
Yeah, they were reviving at the same time at two different glyphs, and so apparently there was a bug where Frostbitten revived, in the exact location where Inspired's
It
army was
was
standing.
instead
So
of.
yeah,
Oh my
it was a
gosh.
bit of an unfortunate bug, but to be honest, he had no business reviving Hero from the glyph in
If
the
he had
first
just
place
blood
because
sacrificed, which he did end
yeah,
eventually anyway, it looks like.
yeah, exactly what he has done right now. It's way more efficient, and I don't think this affected the trajectory of the game because Inspired is firmly in control. He has almost 80 pop. He has destroyed the opponents, but
29
they
to
still,
yeah, 76
he
to
still has.
25. He's only got a
Uh,
max of 36 available, so even if he
yeah,
was to go up, he's got
like
his ultimate.
Inspired was in no danger of losing this game. Although I guess
That getting
the
the hero
Doom
focus,
bolts
yeah, from
Doom bolts
Doombolt
are strong. Doom bolts are strong
and
though. So
Ravage.
yeah. I think if he, instead of using Ravage, has spammed Riptide, it would have been better. But yeah, maybe another slight mistake from Frostbitten. But his chances of winning this game were buried by this unfortunate glyph interaction. Although at the end, yeah, he has fed quite a bit of XP to the opponent player. Although not he. Like the gold that he wasted, he was planning on wasting anyway, so I suppose that's not that unfortunate.
Just
And
the experience, yeah, was the only real
yeah.
effect. But
And with that, we have
Inspired defends his title
exactly he
after
has won. Yeah,
yeah
he has
after
won.
sorry.
Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, no worries. He has won what was the first Warhammer Eternal Strife competitive tournament, generously hosted by the wonderful Grubby, and exactly half a year later, exactly 5 months later, actually, on June the 30th, he has defended his title in the second serious non-fast cup tournament of Warhammer Eternal Strife, the season 1 finals versus a very, very good assortment of people. Cement, RazerMoon, Dice, Shake, Mr. Winner, Arenicus, and Frostbitten, and all have fell to the mighty Ramses-inspired Markov from Uzbekistan, residing in Istanbul. So, congrats to the kid, who's only 19 years old, and extremely well played by Frostbitten, despite him being surrounded by very good players. Only Mr. Winner is not like a top tier player, but he's still very good. He has over 2k MMR on Warcraft 3 champions. Arenicus is the reigning FFA champion, and yeah, so seven extremely strong players, and Frostbitten has managed to beat them all except for Inspired. And crazy good run by all of them. Cement has played very well, 4th place. RazerMoon, I think, outperformed his form, I would say, a little bit. And yeah, all of the remaining players also, tried their best and have gotten some of the well-deserved prize pool money, with which we congratulate them.
Once again, Nightmare, thank you for joining me today. And Grubby, Turin, if you ever want to join us and cast some of these wonderful matches, we'd love to have your expertise on the comms.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, names. Thank you so much for tuning in live to the games as they were happening, and I'm super glad to be able to cast some replays with you. If we're up for it, we can cast the remaining 3 games. It's not the biggest of deals. They're like slightly less competitive ones, slightly maybe more snowballing ones, but for the history we might do it.
Yeah.
If not, it's also fine.
I'd be down. You do want to do it now?
Definitely not now.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's getting pretty late for you, I imagine.
yeah. It's past sunrise already.
Okay,
so.
yeah, get some rest.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. This is around the time that I go to bed anyway. It's Moscow is pretty far up north, and it's close to the solstice thing, so we
yes,
get
for
like
sure.
3 hours of darkness, to be honest. This time of year, so it's not that.
Okay.
It's not saying that much. That it's
Fair
past
enough.
sunrise
Fair
already.
enough. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a great pleasure. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks a lot again, Namesuck, for commenting live and the replays. Thanks to all the players and to everyone involved in general. And I wish you all, whenever and wherever you're hearing this, I wish you all a great time, great summertime, great day, and yeah, take care, lads.
Take care, Nightmare. Excellent wishes
Yeah.
from our generous host.
Yeah, the
And
pleasure is mine, as I always say. Thank you all very much.
well, I always feel very blessed to be a part of. Not that I am religious or anything, but we don't have to get. I don't know what I'm rambling about, but I always feel, yeah, I'm very happy to be a part of your community and happy to lend what little expertise I have in by casting and throwing up some of these videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very honored and very happy to have you, and it's super cool, and you're doing very important work, because I did do the casting in Russian, but it's fortunately because most of the players are Russophones,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, yeah, obviously Russian isn't as widely spoken as English, or I guess I should say fortunately with all the events. So, yeah.
But,
Okay,
yeah.
before I make any other awful jokes that may land me in at Lubyanka right next to where I
Oh,
work.
jeez. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep you, in the sunshine, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah. Totally, totally. All right, let's take care, everyone.
Have a good day, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.